I'm Christopher Brannon with the Coeur d'Alene Public Library and the Cooperative Information Network.
And I'm George Williams. I'm the next search catalog coordinator at Northeast Kansas Library System in Lawrence, Kansas.
And this week we have a short episode. We're going to be talking about how to clean up the trailing slashes on titles in your search results and records. As always, we are hosted by koha-US, and our website has changed a little bit. If you're looking for our videos, you will now find them under the Learn tab under video playlist. It has its own category there, and we're right up at the top with our latest episode, and you'll find all of our seasons underneath. And we have a lot of episodes there. This is going to be number 12. And you'll find other videos as well from other sources.
Yeah, the website is a work in progress. We've been reorganizing it. koha-US Education Committee has been reorganizing it. And so right now there's just our videos and some Bywater Monday Minutes there, but you might see some other videos from YouTube that start populating that space there to kind of organize all those videos into one spot.
It's a huge improvement to the website, and I want to just throw out a big thank you to Jason, who has spent a lot of time reworking the layout of our website. I think that our website has really come along and been a huge improvement, and he's put a lot of work into it.
It's certainly an improvement over the original wiki.
Yes. Don't get me started about wikis.
8 years ago.
All right, so as I said, we're going to be talking about removing trailing slashes from titles and a little bit of history as to what this is about. Let's look at search results on our demo site. Our demo site uses the out-of-the-box layout for search results. And when you do search results, when you have search results, you're going to see the title of an item, and then you're going to have the slash, and you're going to have the author's name there. But you also have the author on the next line. It says by, and then their name as well. Now, I do believe that there's a slight difference. There might be a slight difference. I could be wrong. I'm not a cataloger, but I believe that there's a difference between what's on the author line, or excuse me, on the title line and the second line where it says who it's by, because if there are other contributors, they may be included on one or the other, but not necessarily both.
Yes, I can, like that, this dog for hire, if you look at that one, the title is this dog for hire. That's the title is the 245A. The part after the colon is going to be the 245B. And then the part after the slash is going to be the 245C, which in the MARC record, the 245C is the statement of responsibility. And when you have a statement of responsibility in the MARC record, the MARC standard says that before the C comes a slash. So whatever field comes before the C, you put a slash there before the C field.
A better example of how these lines differ, if we look at the fourth result, it's a dog's world.
Yeah.
You're going to see the director, who the producer is, and who wrote it, but the by line says CRM Films. So this is how it looks in our catalog. You'll see that the trailing slash is there, and it's not something that we could have edited out with the XSLT. This is actually part of the data in our cataloging. So it's part of the title. And for us to repair something like that and get rid of that information, we'd have to go back and remove that from all records. And we'd probably have somebody write a script to strip that stuff out. But the easier way for us to approach this was to just write a little bit of jQuery to get rid of this. So you'll notice too that when we go into an actual record, pull this one up here, looks like we didn't opt to remove that information from the actual record. So It shows
Yeah,
up in the results, but it doesn't show up in the results, but that information does show up in the record.
yeah, for people that are wondering, the XSLT, there are, I think, 3 XSLT system preferences for the OPAC and 3 for the staff client. And one of them controls the way that the XSLT displays in search results. One of them is on the details page, and the other one, I think, is in lists, how the XSLT is formatted when you're looking at a list of items. And I think that the OPAC has the exact same set of parameters, and those sheets are different for each of those 3 options. And so if you've customized them, if you're using the default one, it's going to look different than if you have one that's customized.
So what we're going to do here, I'm going to use a little bit of jQuery magic, and we're going to put in our code that takes care of this. And this can be done on an OPAC side too, and I'll include that code in the jQuery library, so you'll have both. But we're just going to do an example in the staff side for now. So this is removing the trailing slash in the title results, and this has been tested for version 2105. So it's looking for this page. If you're on the page catalog results, then it's going to look for, first of all, it's looking for elements with the title RESP statement, so this particular class, and it's removing it, and it may be remnants left over that XSLT did not remove, but that's being removed. But the real work is being done here, where it's looking for the title, anything with the title class. So in this case, this section right here, the anchor, and it's going through a function. It's setting some variables. It's looking for the title text, and it's assigning the title text to a variable. And we have another variable looking at the last character with that. And I believe the reason I'm looking for the last character is to determine whether or not it has that slash, because it's not always going to have that slash. Sometimes we have catalogers that leave that out, and that's perfectly fine. I don't want to strip off just the last character. So it's looking at the last character, and it's testing if the last character is that slash, then what it's going to do is it's going to replace the new text, or it's going to replace the title text with the new text. It's basically slicing off the last couple characters, so the slash and the space.
Right.
So it's creating a new variable with based off of the title text and removing that information, and then it's replacing here that text with the new text without that slash. So that's pretty much all there is there. And I wish I had the explanation. And if I figure that out before posting this video, I'll make sure that I have that information with an explanation in this video. But
I actually, what it says are title responsibility statement. That's, you know, the reason you're not seeing it in there is because you've removed it.
Well, no, I didn't. I haven't removed it yet. I haven't applied it here yet.
Yeah.
So I don't have that, whatever that is, showing up. But there was something I was seeing, an occasional anomaly or something that prompted me to put that in there. So
yeah.
So now I'll go ahead and save this, and we'll go ahead and refresh this search, and all these annoying slashes are now gone.
Right.
You know, and we went this way, we've been this way with the slashes for the longest time, but it always annoyed me. And part of that, you know, Yeah, I'm gonna rant a little bit here because, you know, I understood, you know, I look back at the classic card catalog and the cards that are in there, and you know, this is formatted the way cards were formatted, and it had that slash between this information. And at some point, we went electronic and we put this information into data. And instead of saying, okay, well, whatever program you're going to display this in is going to show that slash, the MARC standard just said, hey, let's put the slash at the end of the title and take care of it that way. And they did that. But unfortunately, they didn't, you know, they didn't design MARC standards with the idea that, hey, we can take care of some of this formatting and display issues without, you know, throwing all this extra stuff in the data. So they made it part of the data. We don't want to go back and change all that data right now. So we've opted to take care of it with jQuery instead.
Yeah, I know it's a frustration generally just with MARC, and it's because, you know, the MARC standard was written in the late 60s, and it was developed by the Library of Congress in the United States of America, and it was developed not for storing data, not for the sake of library automation systems. It was, you know, part of the business of the Library of Congress used to be that they produced card catalog cards for libraries. So if you're at a library like in Wallace, Idaho in 1975, and you've bought 20 books this month, you send that list of what you've purchased to the Library of Congress, and then they'll mail you back the set of library card catalog cards for your library. And in the late 60s, somebody, you know, it used to be that they would manufacture these cards on demand. And somebody in the late 60s said, you know, what if we created a database of, what if we created a way to store these in such a way that when we got these requests for cards came in, instead of somebody having to sit down and start from scratch and create new ones based on some template we had in a book, what if we could just stick an IBM punch card in the computer and press a button, and it would print the cards we want? And that's the origin of the MARC record. But I'm sure that the reason that nobody has ever gone back and fixed all of these is because there's such a huge number of MARC records that have been created so far, and the idea of going back and retrospectively changing all those is probably a pretty daunting task.
Well,
and I'm sure that's why it is that way. But things that change MARC are so slow. It's such a process because it's been around more or less unchanged since the 60s, since the late 60s. So, I mean, it's older than we are.
So anyways, as I said, I will provide code for both the staff side and the OPAC side in the wiki library. You'll have links to both of them with this video. And so you'll be able to take care of that in either place. And if somebody has removed the title, the extra contributors on the title line in the details page, and wants to remove that, that gives you a good idea how to do that. And you can always contribute that to the wiki as well. We just haven't gone there with this, but it certainly could be done. So, but anyways, that is it for us this week. Like I said, short and sweet, and we'll see you in another 2 weeks. But before you go, please remember to like and subscribe to our videos. And as always, if you comment, we will read your comments and respond, and happy to answer questions if you have questions that we need to follow up on, we'll certainly do that as we've done before. So thank you for watching another terrific video.
See y'all later.